Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformer Studio Series 8605 Scourge. Yes, you can see that he's Voyager class and uses a little space boat thing. We'll put that off to the side for now because we're going to take a look at this box, which, yeah, pretty much like most Studio Series 86 boxes, which is, you know, Transformers and Generations, and there's the window, Transformers the movie, and Scourge, and hey, look, some nice artwork of him going all menacing with his pink claws. Anyway, he's got the window on the top there, or, you know, better look on the shelf, and there he is with, on the left side, or right side, I guess, of the box. Nice close up, and it says Voyager class. On this side, you got the full-size thing, and authentic in 86. On the back here, you got, or on the bottom here, you have the, who owns it and whatnot. And on the back, you have, of course, product shots, and hey, look, it comes with a backdrop, and Unicron reformats Thundercracker into Scourge. And all that, so he's the one of the heralds of Unicron, also warnings and all that stuff. He also comes with an instruction manual, which, again, pretty straightforward stuff. He's not exactly the most complicated thing, though. There's only one thing that's a little initially confusing about him, and that's actually not too difficult to solve. Anyway. Yep, Scourge. He has got a space boat mode because he's, well, that's kind of his thing. He's a space boat, and yeah, you can see a big old Decepticon symbol, and you see this dark blue with this really pale blue all around, and, you know, little bits of tech detailing here and there, but yeah, he's got the thrusters, I guess, and he's got this central thing that's his head, which is where it's supposed to be. Although you can kind of also tell he's a bit of a shell former because a lot of his stuff just kind of thing. That's the thing, though. Scourge has always been a bit of a shell former, so it's kind of one of those things where it's like, yep, you just kind of accept what it is. Because the original G1 toy was like this, therefore every single Scourge from here on out, except for ones that are, you know, referencing the Robots in Disguise version, have to be shell former space boats. And you can see that, yeah, he pretty much more or less looks like he does in the movie. He doesn't have any sort of like Tamashii port or anything, weirdly enough, unfortunately. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. You think there'd be one somewhere, like down here, like we're in there or something, but there really isn't. Your only real thing is to just kind of, I don't know, balance it or something. Because I can't see any real way for him to peg into one, which is kind of weird. Not sure why that made that decision. Yeah, he also has some storage for a weapon, kind of. I mean, he's got his gun, which just, there's a peg hole, and there's a peg on the side of the gun, so you just do that. And it's kind of storage, and it's kind of, I guess, another gun for him to shoot with. But yeah, it kind of looks not great in my opinion, so I don't like to use that. He also has a blast effect, which is, you know, little purple thing, which doesn't really go over this one super well, but you can go over the side ones just fine. So, you know, you can have him, you know, shooting from there if you want. His little engine pods there. Yeah, there's that. Just for a quick comparison, though, here he is with Kingdom Cyclonus. You can see, yep, look pretty good together. No Galvatron yet because he's not out yet, but, you know, he's coming. So, yep, look good together. And here he is with the Titans Return Scourge, who they took a lot of liberties with the design with this one, and he's noticed to be smaller, different shades of blue, and not as good. This Scourge is, yeah, he kind of falls kind of pretty short, and I'm probably going to get rid of him pretty soon now because this one's better by every margin. The only thing is maybe the stylization of the space boat kind of looks a little bit, I don't know. I like the style of this alt mode a bit, but yeah, we'll see when you get into robot mode that, yeah, this thing outclasses the old one. So, yep. There is one other thing. Here is a, I guess, quote unquote, second alt mode, but it's just basically the, you know, the whole thing from the show and movies where his head's stuck out. What you got to do there is you got to fold this forward and, well, come under here and open these up. And this is also pretty much part of the main transformation anyway. So I'm just going to go, when I show you the alt mode, I'm just going to go and go all the rest of the way to the robot mode. But you just, then you have to split this all apart. And this is, kind of untabs from and unpegs from all the side like this, and you got to split it at the front here and bring these out, bring the panels out like this, so you can take this and untab this from the legs, bring this forward a bit, and this has got a You got to bring this up and forward a bit. And thing is, these tabs right here, right my finger is, they have to go into the sides of the engine pods when you fold it back together. You have to bring it back together in such a way that it can go in those engine pods. Do that on both sides. And they also tab together in the front here as well. It could be a little annoying, to be honest, to get it all lined up properly. And you get it, yeah. Then you also have to get all this stuff back together on the sides and things it back in. These back in. Yeah, one of these on mine is this panel on mine is a little temperamental. There we go. Yeah. And then you just kind of lay that down forward, and there's his head sticking out like it does in the, kind of like emulating what it does in the movie and stuff, but not perfect, but, you know, pretty solid, all things considered, for what they did, you know, to emulate it. So, yeah, it's, looks a little goofy, but, you know, always looked goofy. So, there you go on that front. Yeah, to transform him into robot mode from here, again, pretty much same steps here. You just unfold that, and then get these opened up, and yeah, untab it from and unpeg from everything, and get these opened up and splayed out. And yeah, you also would, of course, have untab this as well. You know, so if you do that, and then what you do here is you untap this thing. Is kind of hooks over this little T tab. You got to unhook it from there and bring it up, and then this closes up, and this folds down, and this just rests against like that. Same thing on this side. Fold that up, untab that, fold this down, and fold this up against there, like that. This stuff right here, this is the part of the instructions make unclear, because I was like, did not know how to fold it back up for robot mode when I was transforming it the first time. What you got to do is you got to fold it up so that, let's see. Yeah, open this up. You got to fold this in, and this has got to come forward like this. So this hinge kind of tucks in right underneath the collar like that. And then that comes down straight down, and then you bring this down like this, and then this thing comes down and kind of just goes into there like that. Like so. Then you take the arms and untab them from the legs, and, well, actually first what you got to do is take these pieces and bring them back, and they'll tab into this right here. They'll just tab in like that. His little cape thing he always has. Then you untab this and bring this up and tab it in up here, and bring the arm back down. Yeah, untab that, bring it up, tab it in, straighten out the arm. Take the feet and unfold the toes and the heels, and then untab the legs from each other. And one last thing, which is you turn this little head crest thingy gun thing around 180, and there you go. There's Scourge in his robot mode. And yep, robot mode looks very movie accurate, to be honest. Quite movie accurate. You can see he's got this weird, like, wavy abdomen thing. He's got a little Decepticon symbol with a little bit of dark blue here. He's got his good old goatee and, you know, all that stuff. His facial hair, his weird robot facial hair, which don't think about too hard. One of those things. You can see that he's got his red eyes. You know, he's got, you know, all that stuff. All that waviness. He's got his, again, his pink nails. All that stuff. He's, yeah, largely the same color scheme. You know, just light blues and dark blues. And of course, he's got his big old cape, which is most of his alt mode. Not surprising. Yeah, he looks good. He looks quite good. Overall, yeah, he looks very cartoon accurate, if that's what you're looking for, and everything. He looks good. He's a good height and everything. Yeah, all things considered, they did a pretty good job of emulating the movie. You know, with, you know, a couple little compromises here and there, I guess. But yeah. He's even got his collar, his popped collar, because, you know, I guess because, you know, his whole vampire thing he's kind of doing. The thing about these guys is there's apparently a lot of people are reporting problems with QC. Namely, they get theirs and something's wrong with, significant is wrong with it. So yeah, that's a thing, which I personally experienced. How do I know? Well, I got 2 of them. I didn't mean to get 2 of them. I know a lot of people do, or more, because sweeps and all that stuff. But if you look, back here, the engine pods, something's wrong. I got 2 right engine pods on this one. You can see how it's askew. That's why it took so long for me to get this video out, because I had to wait for a second one, because this one was wrong. I didn't want to review one that was faulty if I could avoid it. But yeah, just an FYI, a lot of these apparently have QC problems. I've heard of people getting, like me, got 2 right ones, 2 left ones, and one of them being missing. I've heard of extremely loose joints and or tabs that broken out of the box and so on and so forth. So yeah, this guy's got some QC issues. Another thing, of course, is, well, one hand's open and one hand's closed. So he can hold this gun in both hands, but it doesn't look right when he holds it in his left hand. So it's hard to make him left-handed, which is annoying because I like my characters left-handed. Of course, he can hold his gun, and of course, the blast effect works it just fine, just like every other blast effect that's come with the War for Cybertron guys over the last few years. Yeah, he does look good. If you can get a QC issue free one, which is apparently difficult to do. I'm hearing, although maybe the later versions are improving. Another thing what's cool, I guess, which is about the open hand, which this is the extent of things with the but you can have them holding the matrix, I guess, because yeah, you can have them, holding the matrix, because he stole it that one time and it got all gross and corrupted. Well, you can kind of have him hold it. I think you have to kind of cheese it a bit. Yeah, you can hold it because of that. Yeah, you can hold the matrix. Unfortunately, he you can't. There's no compartment. It's just, I wish there was a compartment. Just this little thing open. You could stick this in. That would have been really great if they did that, but they did not. That's unfortunate, but, I understand parts count and all that stuff. It would have been cool, though. But you can at least hold it. But yeah, articulation, though, his head is on a ball joint to the left, and it's only it's weirdly, not limited. Well, it is kind of limited by the color, but yeah, you can look left, look right, look down, look up a little bit. This thing can rotate if you want it to. So yeah, you also get a lot of waggle. His shoulders can move forward and back, although back is kind of hindered unless you move the backpack a little bit out of the way. He's got outward that far. He's got a bicep swivel. His elbows can bend a little over 90 degrees. And like you saw earlier, he does have wrist swivels that are very tight. I did not realize he had wrist swivels when I first got it because they're so tight. I was afraid to move them. But he does have them. He also has a waist swivel. His hips can go forward about this far, back this far. They go back further because of sculpting. Go outward about that far. You got some degree of thigh swivel, although it's weird that there's kind of has 2 natural weight resting points it wants to have. There's a kind of that whole there's a lot of pressure in between. You can get it, stopped between, but yeah, it's just weird. Knees, they bend about that far. And of course, his ankles, they have a little bit of tilt, but they have it also on a tendency to kind of want to spring back to. Notice that on both of them, do you see that? Yeah, they have a tendency to want to spring back, for whatever reason. But you also got to move the heels and toes down if you need that for posability as well. So comparisons real quick. You already saw him with another Scourge, which doesn't really help anyone. Here he is with, again, Kingdom Cyclonus. Again, about the right height. Scourge was shorter than Cyclonus, so this seems to be about right. I'll compare him with Galvatron when I get Galvatron, which will be in a few months, I guess, based on what I've seen. There's that. Here he is with the the Titans Return Scourge, which again just is, pales in comparison to this. It's just not, I'm not even particularly a fan of the mold, like say with Blur or Cup. I just like, oh, yeah, he exists, I guess, and now I don't really want him anymore, so I guess he's going pretty soon. If anyone wants him, go ahead. Or I don't know, I might keep him as, the weird sweep or something in the background. Just for the sake of comparison on this one, here he is with Studio Series Hot Rod. who's also a Voyager, but again, deluxe size, so makes sense that, yep, Scourge is taller. Here he is with Earthrise Optimus Prime, who is taller, of course, because it's Optimus. Thundercracker's not within reach, but here's Skywarp, just to give you an idea, the size is there. So, just imagine this one blue, and there you go, because, Scourge is from Thundercracker. And, of course, the last thing, which is he comes with his backdrop, which you said. And this is cool. This one's actually cool because it's the reformatting scene. You can see two of the Insecticons behind. You can see that. And, of course, the Transformers 86 and the Studio Series 86. And it's a pretty cool one. You can see that's the reformatting scene, I guess. And, yeah, you can have all that behind him if you want. There you go. Again, I don't keep these, but, some of you might. It's kind of a cool idea that, again, for someone like me who has limited room, it doesn't really work. So that's that. Yeah. Great mold if you don't get the QC issues. He's actually a pretty fun one. Even with his shell forming ways, he's still a pretty cool, good looking mold, and he's very movie accurate if you're looking for that. And he's a very solid thing. Thing is, because of his nature, he's kind of hard to find because people are buying 3 or 4 of them at a time. Again, if you don't get the QC problems like I did. And that's the thing. It's like, if you can, buy them from a place with a good return policy, just in case. But otherwise, yeah, if you can get one without the QC problems, he's great. And I really like him. And he's definitely replacing, I'm not sure if I'd probably get rid of Titan's Return guy, but I might keep him as, again, just kind of, I guess, a quote-unquote second sweep. Unfortunately, I don't have a frame reference for the Generations one because I never got that guy. So, yeah. So that's it. I hope you found this informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. And also check out Patreon and Coffee. I'm actually going to start posting this stuff on Patreon for real now rather than just kind of ignoring it. So hopefully that's a thing now. And yeah, I should see you next time with another video review.